Hello and happy Thursday. I know that this week's episode of Caitlin's Music City Skinny is running a little bit behind, but I was on a very important phone call, so that's a little bit for the delay. But yes, so today I want to talk about something that's typically overlooked when people are going to go sell their home. And I kind of like to equate this. I have a friend's reference for it, and if you saw my post, I think it was yesterday. I'm a huge Friends lover. It's one of my favorite shows. My roommate, freshman year in college, she and I would watch Friends pretty much 24/7. And so, anyways, how this is all related. So today, one thing that people overlook when they're going to go sell their home is what we call a blooper room. And what does that mean? So it's typically a room that looks like a hot mess. So where the Friends reference comes in is Monica. If you've ever seen the episode of Friends where Monica does not want Chandler to go into the door at the back of the apartment, when he finally opens it up, it's all messy. So, everyone probably has some room where it just collects junk, or maybe things just aren't as looking like a Pottery Barn catalog. And that's okay, but we need to figure out what are some solutions, because you don't want buyers walking into your home and then they're thinking, wow, beautiful kitchen, I love the floor plan, and then all of a sudden there looks like a room you just completely forgot about it. So, and I've talked about this before, you really can't underestimate the fact that you're not just selling a home, you're selling a lifestyle. And so you want to make sure that all rooms, blooper room included, that it is selling that lifestyle that attracted you and it's going to hopefully attract the buyers that are going to be looking at your home. So, how do we attack the blooper room? Well, again, and it doesn't have to be just a room. Maybe your kitchen looks like it came from the 70s show when it, should look like maybe Joanna Gaines and Fixer Upper came and spruced it up and made it look all beautiful. Or maybe it's maybe your laundry room. This is what I've seen is the laundry room drop zone area can tend to look, especially if the sellers are still there. That's kind of the catch-all area. So there's got to be ways that we can work to clean those up so that they don't look quite so disheveled when buyers are coming through, or even think about your pantry. So again, what can you do? Well, if it is that 70s kitchen, can you change out the hardware? Can you maybe add in a nice backsplash? What can you do that will just really give that room new life? So, I love the suggestion of, because, I'm not saying you got to go do a $20,000 kitchen renovation. It's, can you do something like paint the cabinets white and put new hardware on it? Or can you maybe throw up an easy backsplash that'll just really help to bring the space more to life? If it's not the kitchen, if it's the drop zone area or the laundry room, go get some of those cute baskets that you can just put all the stuff in, and so it just looks a lot more organized. I know I am a huge fan of the Home Edit, and all of their photos just give me life because they color coordinate everything and they make everything look so organized. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you definitely want to go check out the Home Edit on Instagram because their content is incredible. So again, if it is a space like the laundry room, the drop zone, the pantry, then try and find a way to organize it, make it look nicer, make it look more clean, because then that way buyers aren't going to see that as an eyesore. They're going to just view it as another part of the home and hopefully that lifestyle that you're trying to sell them. So, another, sometimes it's not even always the clutter. Sometimes it could be there's a room without a space. I can remember one home distinctly that I've been in recently, that upstairs on the second level, there was this really tiny, awkward shaped room, and it wasn't a closet, but it wasn't a bedroom, and it had no electrical outlets in there. So it just kind of left my buyers going what is this? What do we do with this? Do we stick kids' toys in there? What do we do? So it's stuff like that you need to think about. So even if maybe you do have a room that doesn't really have much of a purpose, that's where things like staging are going to come in handy, because they're going to give purpose to that room so buyers don't keep going like, what happened? And I mean, if you think that's not true, like my sweet buyers kept going like, what do you use that room for? Like, maybe we can stick a desk in there and it could be a study room, but like we're not sure what size desk because it doesn't. Anyways, it's just, you got to start to think. You got to put yourself, if you're selling, into a buyer's shoes and like look at your home from their perspective. Like if they were walking in your home and had no previous knowledge of your home other than the photos on the MLS, what is it that they're going to think as they walk from room to room? And I mean, if you're selling, you bought the home. So at some point you saw it in a different state than it is now. So remember, like, did you think a room was awkward, or did, when you were home shopping, were there certain things that you would see as you would go from home to home that would make you think twice about the home? It's things like that. It's just remembering what it was like when you were in the buyer's shoes, because ultimately, like, we just want to like have your house show in the best light possible. We want to put our best foot forward. We want the home to be in great condition, so the photos are great, so you're capturing their attention online, because that is where all the buyers are starting their home search these days. So you don't want your home to get overlooked because people are like, oh gosh, did you see that like 70s kitchen, or that like light pink tile in the bathroom? So these are all things to think about. So like when you're going to sell, because like I've said, you've got to first capture their attention online to get them through the door. And once they're through the door, they're not just looking at your home as, oh, this is 4-bed, 2-bath, 4,500 square feet. Like, they're looking at it as like, how's my family going to live in this? And so when you have eyesores or you have blooper rooms, that is going to start to put, check boxes on the like not want list versus the want list. And so ultimately my goal is just to make sure that sellers are putting their best foot forward and in any way that they can. And so you got to start to like look, and of course this is not something that you have to do all on your own. Like, getting a real estate agent in there to give you their expertise, to tell you like, hey, this might trigger some buyers, this might turn them off, but let's figure out how we can make a solution to make it to where that's not going to be an issue. You just want to make sure that you're having everyone that sees it, we just want to show it in the best light possible. So these are all things to think about. And if you're thinking about selling and you're wondering if you have any blooper rooms or how you can better show off the lifestyle, then you can always just shoot me a message or give me a call or snail mail. I don't know. Just whatever. I am happy to help and give my expertise and advice in any way that I can. And if you ever have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments on the live stream and I will answer them when I get back. And again, like I said, if you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am here to help you set you up best for success. And I hope everyone has a wonderful Thursday, and I will see you next week on Caitlin's Music City Skinny.